Welcome to the Suction Ring here in Eastern Germany. Today we're looking at the ALPINA B3 GT, which is here behind me in sedan form. There's also a Touring now from the B3 GT and there is a B4 GT, but today we're focusing on this example in ALPINA Blue. So before going on the track and showing you what the performance of the vehicle is, I want to walk you through some of the highlights that you can see both on the exterior, interior, but also under the bonnet. So let's first look at the exterior. As you can see, ALPINA Blue signature color for ALPINA, and there are of course these signature ALPINA features. First of all, the logo, the lower lip on the front, these new canards which you have on the GT models, which improve aerodynamic performance. Next to that, you'll see the new B3 GT Classic GT wheels in 20-inch with Pirelli tires fitted and the high performance brake kit. The rims are in a color called Oro Technico, which we saw on the B5 GT as well. And if we then go to the rear of the car, we'll see the same rim design and rim color. And then next to that, on the rear, we have the decals also in Oro Technico now. This lovely lip on the back, which is specific for ALPINA B3 and B3 GT. And then next to that, you have the new diffuser, which helps with the air performance because of the canards at the front. I have a slightly different revised rear diffuser in gloss black and gloss black tailpipes that really distinguish the B3 GT from the normal B3. Yeah, of course, there are some additional upgrades as well, especially under the bonnet with the engine. So have a closer look at that, and then we'll also touch on the interior and then go on track. So we're now looking at the engine of the B3 GT, which is in essence the same engine as we know from the B3, the S58, 3-liter 6-in-line engine, but there are a few little differences. They achieved more performance, so 34 more horsepower, and there's a max torque of 730 Newton meters, which is the same as the B3. Only over 4,500 RPM there is the additional horsepower, but also a little bit more torque, like 30 Newton meters more. A few more things that you will notice. Of course, you will see the dome front struts painted in Oro Technico, which are really noticeable. And there is this lovely little plaque in the middle just before the engine with the signatures from the Bovensiepen family. Now that we're inside the ALPINA B3 GT, I can give you a little bit of a walkthrough of the different upgrades that are the same for the B3 GT sedan, Touring and the B4 GT. Of course, the main highlight inside the interior is the steering wheel. It's dressed in Lavalina leather, which we've seen before with ALPINA vehicles. Has a lovely ALPINA logo in the middle on the airbag cover, and the stitching is done in Oro Technico, and the shift pedals also, they're also painted in that particular color. Additionally, you will find little details across the interior and the cabin. You will see the GT logo on the headrest. Both headrests have this little detail. Normally there would be a crest from ALPINA there, but now you have this lovely GT logo. Other details are the floor mats in the trunk and here in the front, which have the ALPINA logo on it, and on the door sills you will notice the GT logo. Other things to note are the little logo, the ALPINA crest here on the carbon part that is new for the vehicle. And of course, a really important part of any ALPINA is this plaque in the middle console where you can see your production number. So in total, they're expecting to make between 1,500 and 2,000 B3 GT and B4 GT models in the next 1.5 years before the brand unfortunately will end to exist as it is right now. You will have then your specific number of your build or of your car on the center console. Anyhow, I think after showing you around the car, it's now time to jump behind the wheel, have a bit of a drive, show you what the performance is all about here on the racetrack at the Suction Ring. So let's jump in and see you on the track. Time to hit the track here at the Suction Ring. Following a previous generation ALPINA, I'm in the B3 GT sedan. Behind me is the B4 GT Grand Coupe, and behind that is the B3 GT Touring. So we're currently hitting the track. Can you feel how this car behaves? We've just done a little session before and got a little bit of feeling of the track already. Understanding where we need to go, where the corners lie. I don't drive the Suction Ring that often, so it's good to have a follow car in front of us, understanding how the corners are, and also understanding what the performance of the car is. Now, as we know, the performance difference between the B3 and the B3 GT is 34 horsepower more from the engine, the front, the S58, specially made for Alpina. They have some changes done to the car to have more torque, 730 Newton meters, and also additional torque, 30 Newton meters more above 4,500 RPM. Additional punch to this lovely machine. Alpinas are not necessarily vehicles that work really well on track. You know, they're not out and out track animals. They're really capable on track, but they're an ultimate combination between daily performance, autobahn high speed over 300 kilometers an hour, and then also able to show this kind of performance on track. Lovely, this upgraded package over the standard 3 Series that BMW offers. And 3 GT models that we're driving here on track will be currently going on sale in standard B3, which is no longer available anymore. The balance is lovely, you know, it's a great package. Absolutely enjoy driving Alpinas as a daily, but also on track it shows what it can do. And the additional performance and suspension setup is really lovely, and you feel it through the car. In some of these high corners, high speed corners, and you really feel that the car is capable of delivering that performance to the tarmac. We're currently doing roughly 180 kilometers an hour behind the lead car here on the racetrack. The guys at Alpina and Buchler, the engineers, have really done a fantastic job upgrading this car and making that little notch better than the previous B3. And it's great to see us being able to show you this performance here today. So we're doing another lap on track here at the Sachsenring in the sedan, which is dressed in Alpina blue, the signature color of the brand. So about 17 colors available for this car. The brand is doing some sort of a farewell model, special edition GT model, just before the end of its life at the end of 2025 next year. The balance, it's all about this balance, and then the immediate performance that you have available. The car gives you so much confidence. It's lovely. I really like it. Braking power is immense with these upgraded high performance brakes. Running the Pirelli tires that are specifically made for the car gives you so much confidence, and the car is immensely capable and does an excellent job of putting the performance on the tarmac. And I'm enjoying myself a lot, but also concentrating while driving, of course, making sure that I drive some lovely lines. Back on the main straight, accelerating 160, 170, 180 kilometers an hour, 190. Braking hard using the high performance brakes, which are really confident, I must say. Great pedal feel, which is for me quite important. You know, it gives you confidence if you have brakes that feel well through the pedal, don't fade, and also give you the right kind of feeling when you're on the track. But also, you know, if you're doing 300 plus on the autobahn, which the car is capable of, and if you're looking for the ultimate daily and you like the BMW looks and feel, then the Alpina is the package you have to choose for. You know, there's nothing else in the market today. There's no brand that can offer you this kind of performance upgrade over a standard vehicle that comes from a main OEM. It is unique what Alpina has to offer, and it's a shame that we'll see it disappear at the end of next year. When you have the chance to pick up a GT, it's one of the last models the brand will make, then definitely go for it. And if you have a chance to take it on track, as I'm doing right now, make sure to do so. Give yourself the chance to drive it. So now that we're back from the track, we've done many laps, giving you a bit of an insight into how the car handles, what the performance is, and also walked you around all of the new details that the Alpina B3 has to offer. It's a bit of time for me to give you some final thoughts. You know, initially I was interesting to find out what the new GT had to offer. The base B3 I absolutely loved. Never drove it on track. Mostly on the autobahn, and I absolutely adored the car there. With this GT, everything is being upgraded. It's like adding a little bit of extra flavor on every single aspect that Alpina has to offer. So for me, absolutely a car to consider if you're in the market for something that has this kind of performance and practicality and stays under the radar. Thanks so much for watching, and hopefully see you soon again.